I'm assuming you'd be very proficient in taking a truck out on the roads.
Well, yeah, do you know, I did have an HGV licence, and I'm gonna hazard a guess it was about 1991, 92. I was sponsored by BP and Mercedes, and BP's press officers decided it'd be a really good idea. It must be 93, because I think I was 3 times truck racing champion at the time. And they suggested that it'd be a good PR exercise for me to go and do my test for a heavy goods vehicle licence. I think it's a large goods vehicle licence now. So I went to a company at Foxton near Cambridge who did where you could go and learn to do your licence. And I could obviously drive the truck, but I'd never had a trailer on the back, and so there was a number of things that I needed to know about, and a bit like passing your car test, you have to know how to pass your test. So I had 3 days of tuition, going around Cambridge with this big long trailer on the back and everything else. And then they said, right, we're ready for your test. They came along, Anglia TV turned up, BBC Look East, BBC Radio, all the press turned up and everything else. And off I went with the driver. And I kind of knew he wasn't going to pass me first time before I got in there, because he thought it was all a bit flash with all the television cameras around. And sure enough, we got back in. He said, I'm very sorry to tell you, Mr. Parrish, you failed your your HGV test. And apparently it was because I was turning left somewhere and there was a bicycle on my left, and I cut the bicycle up, and it was a postman on a postman's bicycle. So I failed it, but I did go back the next day and take it, and I now have an HGV, or I did have until I let it lapse. But the question was asked by, I think it was Anglia Television, what are you going to do to try and pass your test? And I said, I'm going to wait for a postman strike. So I then got my HGV licence, but it was slightly embarrassing, as you can imagine.